Shane, great performance in the end tonight. It was a bit of a scare there towards the end, but a masterful final quarter. I think it was 23-12 the final quarter. What did you say to the boys in that final quarter to get that performance?
Oh, I just didn't think the third quarter was us. You know, I was really disappointed in the way we came out. I think it was 27-10 or something like that. And, you know, all of the things that we see of Sydney Kings traits, you know, went out the window. And, you know, we're going to play in a lot of games. I tell my guys we're going to be playing, half of our games this year will be decided within 5 points, I reckon. 12 to 14 games. So we have to be able to learn to be able to stay in games even when we're not playing well, get back to the things that we have as our traits, believe in ourselves. And, you know, to the guys' credit, even though we didn't play well in that third quarter, we found a way to be able to stay together and to be able to eke out a win.
Were there any players you thought the keys? Obviously James, 19 points in 19 minutes was, you know, had the crowd cheering for the first game of the season.
Well, I guess that's what makes Harv so valuable for us. You know, he's only had 2 weeks of training, and we really wanted to be able to get those 2 weeks in. But, you know, to his credit, he's one of the most professional guys I've ever been around. And for him to be able to stay in shape, even though he couldn't be, you know, doing all of the on-court sessions, he found a way to be able to, you know, keep his touch going and all the rest of it. And with the 2 weeks that he had, he found a way to be able to help us tonight. And I think that's what's going to make us, you know, a good team in the long run, that we've got so many people on different nights can be able to step up. And, you know, tonight without Harv's contribution, we wouldn't have won the game.
AJ Ogilvy, his first game in Kings colours in official play. 14 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks. Is this what you're hoping for all season long?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a little bit like Harv's. He's had more court time than Harv's, but, you know, he's behind as well. He's far from where I think he'll be come Christmas time. And, you know, he was out for 5 weeks because of his injury with the Boomers, which really set him back. Didn't get a lot of pre-season games, and even when he did play, he was playing 16 to 20 minutes. So, you know, he's behind, but, you know, his contribution tonight was fantastic as well. But we know that, you know, he's got even more upside.
Presumably it's the same, obviously, with Benny Magic, probably to an even greater extent. So, given all of that, when do you expect this team to kind of finally hit its stride?
Well, I mean, we've still got Sean Gleeson out as well. Ben Madgen's 6 to 8 weeks away from being back to what we expect from Ben. And, you know, him even being out there is just a remarkable effort. I mean, he's, you know, between Harvs and Benny, the work that they do and how positive they are to be able to stay with it is incredible. So, you know, we'll continue to invest time on, you know, and drilling him and more court time as it goes along. But he's 6 to 8 weeks. But then you have guys like Kevin White that step up in his absence. And while statistically I'm sure it's not going to look fantastic for him, his contribution tonight was outstanding. Defensively, his organisation, he's really stepped up as a leader in our group. So we feel like we've got people that can contribute until Ben gets back to his best.
Tommy Guile was another guy. I know he's had a pretty good pre-season. Do you think he's poised to kind of take a step up this year? Yeah,
I mean, Tommy's great. We love him here. We really value what he does. He's a completely different player than what he was 12 months ago. You know, and he started on fire. He got us going. But again, his leadership and the little things that he does within our team makes us better. And again, you know, I feel like we've got 6 or 7 guys that can score in double figures, and, you know, may even average in double figures. You know, so it's going to make us tough to defend, but it's all the other things that we really have to be able to take pride in and make sure defensively. And I guess, you know, to hold the Melbourne Tigers to 69 points, who we respect, they've got a lot of weapons there. We knew that they were going to come in and throw everything at us. You know, it's a good, you know, first win for us.
James, how did it feel getting back out on the court, and did you feel like you got back in the rhythm quite quickly?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, the first couple of minutes I was a bit shaky. I was sort of looking a bit of deer in the headlights, not so much offensively but just defensively, just trying to get the speed of the game. So, you know, that's something that both Maggie and I sort of were working pretty hard on. You know, the defensive side of it, we've got to uphold that. But yeah, overall, once you know, I've played a lot of games, so once you sort of get into the flow and you get a bit of a sweat, you get into the groove. Yeah, still, I think exactly like Hammer said, there's another month away before the whole group individually starts to gel, and then, you know, as playing at your best. And so we just keep working hard. We've been working very hard. It's been a great off season. It was frustrating for me to put in a lot of work and then miss that little month block. And but I put myself in the best position I could, and that's all you can do with 2 weeks. Work my ass off. And
how driven are you to kind of have a good season this year? Because last year, I guess, was such an injury-interrupted year for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely driven. You know, I think that a lot of people think I'm done. Probably a lot of people last year thought I was done. You know, and I was able to come back and at least contribute in the finals. I've put in a lot of work and looking after my body, and I'm ready to go. I mean, this team needs some leadership. You saw that tonight, that we let that slip in that third quarter, and there's a few of us that really need to grab hold of that. And so that's first and foremost, that's what I need to provide for this team. And obviously, the role coming off the bench is an easy thing for me to come in and try and be an impact and with some energy. But yeah, the leadership is one side that this team definitely needs.
Shane, there wasn't a lot of offensive luck, I guess, for the imports tonight, and that's early. It's only one game, but you obviously expect more for the Melbourne Tigers.
Yeah, but I guess, I recruited those guys as being two great defenders, knowing that we've got some offensive threats. When you've got Ben Madgen, who led the league in scoring last year, and AJ coming in, who I think is going to be a top 5 scorer as well. And then you've got someone with halves offensive prowess as well. The last thing you want is we're not going to try and get James Ennis or one of these guys. We don't need that. There's only one basketball to share around. So, we know that they will be able to contribute offensively, and I think Charles had 5 of his last 6 games over 20 points. So he's capable to do that. But at the same time, the Americans understand that they're part of the team, and some nights it's going to be their nights, other nights it's going to be other people. So, they've fit in really well for us and complemented the other guys that we've got.
Shane, finally, obviously it's a big day celebrating the Kings' 25th anniversary team, and personally for yourself being named to that, what does that mean to you?
Oh, it's a huge honour for me. I love the Kings. My best memories of playing basketball outside of playing for Australia is playing with the Sydney Kings. So for me to be able to come back and coach the Kings is a huge honour. I'd love nothing more to win a championship with the Kings and be somebody that's captained a championship and coached a championship at this club. And I think we've really started to embrace our history and bring a lot of good people back to the Sydney Kings. And the more we can do that and create that tradition like a lot of the AFL clubs do, the bigger and stronger we're going to be longer term. And I take my hats off to our management for being able to put this together and respect the people that have come before us. And it's been great having them at training and all the rest of it. And we feel like we're on the right track with creating a great culture.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks a lot.